And hello everybody and welcome back to Kansas Gaming. Kansas here bringing you some more Space Engineers and the Hoodwinked scenario. Alright guys, last time we were here we had got quite far through. In the meantime I've done a lot of digging of gold. I've also discovered a couple of things. One being that I'm not 100% happy with how we have got the carryall, because whenever it connects to the land shark, that lovely thing over there, the wheels of the land shark go funny. Some rotate the opposite way, some need to invert on steering, and all sorts of lovely jubbly stuff. So we are going to heavily modify the carryall today. Alright, before I do that, if you are new to the channel, do remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, tap that notification bell, and leave us a nice comment below. And if you're a returning viewer, all of that, but you've already subscribed. Alright, so I think first things first, get rid of all these big engines. This is going to take a bit of time because all of these take up a huge amount of inventory space when it decides to finally catch up with me. That's not good. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. So, it's a case of just getting rid of all these. Actually, you know what? I think I know a faster way. I'm going to try to be exceedingly careful with this. And when it comes down to it as well, we do need to do a rebuild on the Felix family, because I think I've discovered something just by looking online on some of the mods which actually do things like extended ranged hold on, this is welders. Sorry, it's not the Felix I wanted. It was Ralph. So we can get in here without messing up. There we go. So, whoopsie on that one. I know I only needed one of the family. I forgot which one it was. There we go. Oh, I'm loving how the land shark's looking now. Looks a lot meaner. Looks more how I sort of pictured it in my head. Blimey. Come on, Ralph. Stop messing around. Get into place. Right. Get the grinders on. We'll grind these suckers away. See if we can get two at once. The reason why I'm doing this is the consolidation engines. I believe we can actually use fewer of those. Looks like the heavier the Ralph gets, the less likely he wants to stay airborne. There we go. And that's basically the idea I wanted, just to be able to get rid of everything without that incessant nagging of oh, your inventory's full. Not to mention, it's a lot quieter. Hopefully I can get this right without actually breaking any of the grinders. Come on. Right. If we just do that with all the big ones, big engines that is, we can then come round with the manual grinder and just get all the small engines. Because, well, actually thinking about it, I think I'm going to leave that. Now, the reason why I say that is, we've got the antenna array in the middle. I don't really want to wreck that. Actually, that's done the job beautifully for us with the Ralph. I'm really happy about that. Like I say, though, Ralph and his family are going to get a major overhaul as well. First things first, though, let's drop the motors at least. Okay, now, the reason why I'm doing this is consolidation engines seem to have a much higher output on them. What was it? I wanted the 400s and the ALS 500s. I'll bring in the 700 just so you guys can actually have another view of this. This will be ridiculously mammoth in terms of size. This is going to be like capital class, like huge. As you can see, I can't even fit it in frame. It's massive. I mean, you get the idea, though. So, I was thinking more of the 700s, which are smaller variants of the same thing, and hopefully we can actually get less in, but more bang for our buck, if you will. I think for this, I'm going to have to create a slight alteration. So I'm going to add in a scaffold in the middle there. Add in our texture of woodland camo in there. I mean, that we might have to alter as we go through, but the point is, I just want to get... Why can't I get that in there? Because it is a hell of a lot larger than I thought it was. But the point is that's got thrust capacity of 12,960, whereas the ALS 400 has 1,000. Now, even if you 80% that, you're still looking at a much around about the same as one of these large engines. So just need to figure out how I'm going to place these actually. I'm actually thinking maybe just the standard engine. Well, I was originally actually thinking just something else, but I'm sort of umming and ahhing the build now, in a much grander scale. Right, let's take out that. Let's add in... Oh, come on. Thank you. I'm going to add in, what, 2 of those like that. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So actually it should have been there. Because yeah, that would have been the middle. 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Hey. That's not what I wanted. Hold on a minute. I had to enable the creative tools at one point because I needed to get the parts in for an antenna at the Oasis base, and I forgot to bring a load of so yeah, let's just do some simple maths. All right, I'm just going to bring up a calculator just to work this out. So right, so we're looking at the Aeolus. It says here 80% thrust in 100% air density. Well, and we're also looking at thrust of, well, that's saying 15.12 meganewtons, whereas in here oh, have I made a mistake? Alright, pulls up another window on another monitor where I've got all the information I seek. Right, large atmospheric thruster, according to the fandom wiki, is 576 kilonewtons. And that was per. And I think we had something like 10 aside. So 10 of those times 576. Yeah, we got about 5,760. So one of these should be more than enough. Okay, actually, let's just work this out. I should have done this beforehand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there was 14, sorry. 14 at my count. So even then, yeah, that would still should be more than enough. Because if we're looking at, yeah, so let's try this, just as an experiment.
Energy low.
Because even at 80%, that should be way more than enough. And that's got all the thruster components in, because remember we made about 10,000 of them. Okay. So, like I say, this is going to be a drastic redesign. You know, a lot of this is probably going to disappear. Right. Okay, so looks like we've got just about the same sort of mechanics. I mean, I know this is going to mess with actually, you know what? Before I go any further, I'm gonna change. I was thinking of changing this anyway, so and adding in like a piston. So maybe moving these down will actually be a good idea in the end anyway. But I think for now, what I'm going to do is landing gear has a magnetic plate on a large magnetic plate. Take that out. So we go switch lock. This usually is a lot more breakable, so I'm going to have to be careful in bring this down. Right, so we're locked on, and then remote access the land shark. We'll go hey, land shark's not connected. Hey. Oh, this thing thinks it's the land shark. Right. Okay. See what I mean? A lot of this this stuff with messing with the with merge blocks. Yeah, it's all very good when you want to literally merge two blocks together, and I thought it would be an easy way of just being able to quickly like maglock things together without constantly breaking the magnet. But for some reason, it kept on doing stuff like this. So right, okay, so hopefully that'll help resolve that issue. Why can't I see it? Let me guess. The antenna. No, Landshark compact antenna is broadcasting on all frequencies. Broadcasting on all frequencies, okay. Now can I see it? Alright, so intrinsically speaking, even this thinks it's part of that, but it doesn't actually... Alright, I think I'm following what's going on here. So if I'm going to do this in the future, we have to go into the Stone Camp terminal and go Shark Connector, unlock, there we go. So we've got way more than enough power there. Terminal. Right, so from what I can see here, we can actually now make this thing trans-atmospheric. Next obvious question is, how do we do this? Because I want that 2 levels down. I think I've got an idea. It's going to be something stupid, but it's an idea. I think you can see what I'm doing here with the front left landing pad. Alright, let's get that baby in there. Right, that's locked. Turn off the atmospherics. That's done it, yeah. Cool. Okay, so we've proven the point. We can make this so much smaller. It's almost hysterical. I mean, I'm thinking like even moving that in there. But then again, the only other issue with that is then about the whole size. Is it going to melt a hole through the land shark? You know, etc., etc. But that is exceedingly, excessively powerful. That just 2 engines could do all of that. So if we were to wrong key, yeah. So we'd look at this. We've got no, we want the LS 500, which is the larger grid version. The 300 is the smaller. Okay, so the 500, we're looking at 12,960 energy kilonewtons. Sorry, for thrust, and 1,000 for that. So we'd need 12 of the 400s. To make up the thrust of a 500. Do I really want to put myself through all of that? Because those need a drop down one anyway. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine. That'll be the end. 1, 2. Just get an idea of what we're doing here, because I'm sort of umming and ahhing. Like that light that's just where my cursor is. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to have to get rid of that. And if I was to like put in maybe a ton of the 400s. Gee, let's land. Save some fuel. Because the idea is I want to make this look good. Because thruster-wise, those can just be replaced by the ALS. That's easy. And then just slamming another block in between them. Or even just doing it that way, yeah. Haven't really thought this through at all in any detail, so I'm thinking I wish there was a model in between. But with sort of the size and the scale of this, the more I'm thinking of it, the more I am inclined to go with the ALS 400s and a load of them. So we'll get rid of these. Even if we have to put up with that nonsense. Actually, you know what? Let's get rid of a lot of the excess in the inventory. We'll get rid of the landing gear and some of the lighting as well. That one can stay because that is obviously mounting us in place. So we need to keep that. Okay. Now what I'm now thinking is we can have a bit of fun. Maybe do something like that. Use the these angled blocks with the paneling, and then do 2. Oh. So 4, 5, and then 6. Right, so that is the equivalent. And the mass basically adds up as well. So, I mean, just quickly, I'm just going to do this. Let me just grab my calculator again. So we're looking at 1036.8 times that by 12. You're looking at 12,441. So if I was to add in maybe one more of them, that would be about 13.6. So if we add in 2 more, that should do the equivalent thrust. Now, the reason why I'm thinking doing it this way is like this, is this panel here, this bar here, we can bring that in and put that closer to, and then in fact then mount an equivalent thrust on the left and right. So actually I'm going to need to work that out. Actually, and then we've got a platform we can walk on here, which is also cool. Right, so do need to eat something. Yeah, that should be okay. Okay, so atmospheric thrusters. So left and right, we're looking at 5.27 meganewtons. So what's that in kilonewtons? That'd be 5,000. So basically, we could probably get away with maybe 5 or 6 thrusters on the side, and yeah, we're done, and yeah, it's all good. So all that is me thinking. Basically, yeah. So we got a better idea going on here. Yeah, it does mean a lot of reworking. Some of this needs to move over, like here or here actually. Come to think of it. But yeah, I mean, we've got a plan now. We've got a plan that seems to be okay. So I think again that's going to be a case of bringing in, Big Red. And you can deal with all of that. Okay, so I think first things first. Let's get in the thrusters on this side while we're here. Alright, there we go. I think, therefore I am. I'm pink, therefore I'm spam. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop all this. Let's grind down one of these.
Inventory full.
Thud. I love that. And then what we can then do is go, right, I'm going to add this in there. But I think I'm going to add it in that way around. Yeah. So we're going to have an incredible amount of force backwards. I mean, we're going to be doing 0 to 100 in about the time it takes to catch yourself. Right, let's see what happens here.
Inventory full.
Ah. Whoops. Didn't mean for that to happen. Captain. Okay. Gonna have to come up with a different solution. Alright, well actually, as it happens, I've got an idea. Sorta. We can get one of those blocks, put one there, and then we can stack the antenna on top. I mean, we're good. We've got a plan. Yay! Love it when a plan comes together. And then what we can then also do is we can get rid of these blocks, add in something over here, and make a featurette over it. Okay, rocking. Oh, this is so good. And then all of these, actually, we could probably take out, actually, because if we're going to have them along this end, we don't need them. And then that means... Oh, but that means we're going to lose this lovely little feature. Because I loved that, you know, the way that looked. But... at the end of the day, what else can I do? Does also mean we're going to lose these engines on top as well. Oh well. Okay, let's drop everything that we got. Grab some of this out of here. So that covers that now. That holds everything in place. I mean, actually, we could probably even rearrange half of this barge.
Energy low.
Okay. Yeah, let's go and get Ralph. Oh, God. Momentary lag. We take a moment, recharge, before we... Yeah, whilst we bring him out. Because we need to do a lot of grinding, I mean. I said welding, didn't I? I wanted to try and grab that, but... you just sort of skim along the edge. Because we've got that gap over on the aft end of the carryall now. One of the other things as well, also to remember, is the carryall is going to be a hell of a lot lighter, so we may actually need to adjust the thrusters as we go along. what we're doing here. Oh! Not quite what I had in mind. Actually, that's probably a better way of doing it. Could probably just go down the length, like. Just slowly go down. I mean, I know I could have used, say, like the tiered mod. You know, gradually build up the tiers to like a tier 3 grinder or something like that. I think the flight deck's being repaired. I hope it's being repaired. But I think I'd rather have the finer control that I've got here. The Ralph's getting... So, yeah. The Ralph's getting quite full. Hopefully I'll be able to at least finish this bit off. Oh, okay. Well, not quite as eloquently done as I was hoping, but... Can I get down there, get these parts without wrecking the Ralph? I love how it's sort of like what's the word? Bouncing around. Okay, should I get that front end? Yeah, I think I'm going to try and get that front end as well. Oh, I think I damaged the Ralph. Ah, that could be a problem. May have to save part of that for later. Ooh. There we go. Let's see if we can get these thrusters though, without nipping the there we go. A little bit of fine control in there. Oh, look at that. Actually looking better already. And us getting prepared for space travel. Even though technically we don't need it. I love jumping off the edge of there and then engaging the jetpack. Like, look, Mara, I can fly! Engages jetpack. Engages jetpack, sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to take off first three. We know that ain't going to do anything. And then if I go back here, bring in our... I mean, when we had the atmospheric thrusters in, it was a case of like I was thinking about, oh, do I need to add in a few more of these banisters, railings, even to be able to stop falling down the gaps? But now we don't need that. We you know, we're all good. Okay. Also, if we do go spaceborne, we are going to have to add in a few more bits and pieces anyway, such as air vents. Right. So. There we go. Actually, no. Did I need that bit? Yeah, I needed that bit. Ah, that was silly. Okay, I'll just add that in again. Okay, so at the moment we've got forward, we've got up. We don't have left, right, and we are going to need down. Down's going to be the interesting one, because we only need down when we're in space. So how are we going to add that in? Question is both how and where, I think, are the two operative questions there. I think if I was to do something maybe akin to maybe just something like that. You know what? I don't know. Because if I add in the one with the slope sides, I can't get either side of the slope to fill in those slopes. Although I don't really have to. Although I could make a feature out of it by maybe doing something. Oh, I need material. And that's because I haven't got any sheet steel. Or girders, come to that. So, going back here again, what I'm thinking, I want to use this area because of the railings that are already existing in the area. I could make a feature like that and then use is it that one? I can then do something like that. Then that makes for something interesting here. I guess having purchased and playing at least the tutorials on X4 Foundation, sort of paying off, because there's a lot of ships with a lot of exposed area on them. Oh.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm absolutely right. Yeah. Should have put. Right, and then that gives us that. Yes. Right, then rinse repeat on the other side. Now, I understand why this isn't building in, because I don't believe my build and repair systems can actually reach out this far at the moment. So we'll get that in there like that. Get that in there like that. Bring that in there, like that. Like that. Okay. So that's up, down and forward. Right, now for reverse. And I think I have an idea. Hold on. Yeah, that could work. That could work.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Sorry, I just love watching that fall to the ground. I know, a little silly, but there we go. We could always do something of this nature in there. Probably means I'm going to have to do something. Yeah.
Inventory full.
That's the wrong bay
Inventory
window
full.
now.
Inventory full.
Those
Inventory full.
are going to have to be replaced. Question is with what? What am I looking for? I'm looking for, I think that one there. I think that's the jobby I'm looking for. One there, one there. And then I think those bay windows, I'm going to use something different. Rather than the bay window, I'm going to use... Aha, there it is. Yeah, I'll put that in there. I'm going to use the viewport. Now which one do I want? Viewport, viewport 2. We'll just use the viewport. And then that gives us that nice solid finish. And I mean, here we don't exactly have to worry about a railing or anything like that. So we can come in here with see if I can find the right one. Where art thou? No, that's half-centered. That's the one I want. So, like that. That sort of finishes the that section off. Then this is going to be... yeah, like the 2x1 panel base right. I think it's this one here, and can't get to it here. And then we want the panel base left just to finish the job. There we go. And it gives that sort of like muscular shoulder look, I guess you could call it. So let's recap. We've got forward, we've got back, we've got up and down. We don't have sideways movement. Now for that, we were just saying we're going to slap on a load of these. Sorry, wrong one. So it keeps the same vibe as the original carryall, just different engine. Okay, I think what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to bring this more onto the centre. Just sort of trying to work out how I'm going to do all this. If I... or do I just leave that as a fixed object and I just need to change the
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
support structure, I guess you could say, around it. Maybe have something a little bit more beefy. Maybe something like that with the appropriate corner blocks. just to fill it in. Right. So I'm going to guess that's what, 3 high? Yeah, 1, 2, and then 3. Yeah. So nose landing gear, they're only 2 high. So I'm going to need to create, if you will, some form of landing strut concept. I mean, that's relatively simple. It's like 4 blocks in no, sorry, that one. And it would start a bloody sandstorm on me, wouldn't it? I haven't even finished what I'm doing yet. It's like saying, hurry up! Although saying that, we have been at this for over an hour. So yeah, it's probably like the game saying to me, you know, you've given them over an hour. Now I just need to be able to rest. I think that would work. Damn. Okay. Alright. So yeah. What am I looking at? Hasn't rendered the mining or anything underneath it. Okay. So in terms of the carryall, you can already see the new design kicking in. Got to do some work in terms of inside, because we now need to start thinking about things like oxygen and stuff like that, so that we can survive in space. I think that is going to mean that we're going to have to modify some of the roof rack to be able to get everything in. Actually, that's an interesting phrase for it. Yeah, like for example, we could put in an O2 tank. O2 tank. Sorry, the air vent in there, and then the oxygen tank can sit on top, and we can seal it all in onto the top. But yeah, you can already see how that's a lot more snubbier than our old design, and it looks a hell of a lot better. Oh, this weather is annoying me. I think what I'm going to have to do, just so I can finish this this off, just going to remove the weather. It'll kick back in eventually, but by that time I would have at least moved and seen how this reacts to a lot of the changes that I've done. Okay, so we've got all engines are on. Okay. Still need to sort out connectors as well. It's not sitting in where I used to have it. I think one of the connectors has found a seat. There we go. So now everything can be built. But as you can see, it is a lot more manoeuvrable, a lot more flexible. Welding's going on around me. So I think I'm just going to leave it here, guys. Let's get away from that welding for a minute. I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to, so that you guys can go off and do whatever it is you need to do. I'm going to spend a bit more time on this. I'm going to polish it off, add in the connectors that we used to have, stuff like that, just to round it all off, add everything that we need for space travel, and have ourselves a ship that we can then say, well, this is good enough as a carrier, a ground to space carrier. All right, guys, thanks for joining me, and I will catch you next time on Arcangelo Gaming, where hopefully we can then start working on some of the other ships and bringing them into our new, shall we call it, consolidation fleet. Thank you for joining me. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.